Hello, everyone. Hope you're having a great week. This is Dr. Allen, and let me make sure that I actually have this recording right now, which would be a smart thing to do. I believe I am. Yep, there's my little dot. Um, One, apologies. I know I'm coming at you a little bit in weekend blur. I blurred the screen behind me. I know I'm coming at you a little bit in weekend blur mode, and also a little bit of bum mode. Labor Day weekend. I'm recording this. I was, not that you want to know all this. I was outside doing some things. Wanted to make sure to get this done. So please forgive me. I have a hat on today and such, but I have a feeling most of you don't care about that. You're more worried about what's on the screen. So instead of me issuing apologies, let me just kind of go over what we're going to be doing this week. I don't think it's anything that most of you haven't seen before. So this probably won't take too long, and a lot of you may already be more of a master at this than I am. So with that being said, let's go ahead and look at everything. But this week, we're going to look at Google Classroom. I'll kind of talk about Google Classroom here in a moment, but we're going to do Google Classroom. We're going to talk about hyperdocs that you can include in your Google Classroom. I just wanted to give a shout out to Quizlet as far as some things. Also, it's not on here. I think I have it on the syllabus. I'm going to show you quickly Jamboard. I'll admit I haven't used Jamboard too much, but I know a lot of math teachers like Jamboard. So I just want to kind of make sure to show you that it is a tool that is embedded in Google Classroom. So with that being said, oh, by the way, I'm sorry if the lighting's a little different. Normally I do this from my office. I'm actually in my home bunker, and I blurred it because I don't know, my hands are back there, but I figured you didn't want to look at Legos and exercise equipment from our basement. So with that being said, let me jump on in. What are you going to have to do this week? You're going to have to, one, listen to this lecture. Hopefully you're doing that and not turned off at this point. You're also going to create a Google Classroom. That's the main tech thing. And as you can see, the three things here are blog, discussion, Google. Just like last week where you did website, discussion, blog, same thing. You're going to do Google, discussion, blog. So let's go ahead and jump in. Google Classroom, a few things about Google Classroom, and let me move my taskbar. I think I actually already have Google Classroom pulled up. I do, thank goodness. Google Classroom is a really cool tool. A lot of counties still use it as their learning management system. I believe a lot of the Washington County, I believe, and Maryland districts still do. Could be wrong on that, and if I'm wrong, I apologize. But it's a pretty cool tool. I still use it actually when we do professional developments. The first thing that you're going to have to do before you do anything with Google Classroom, make sure you have your Google account. Most of you probably already do. That Google account will help you with some other things later when you sign up for things like Nearpod, Wakelet, things like that. You can just use the Google account. But once you get into Google account, once you get your Google account and you have your little symbol or letter, like mine's a J for Jason, you're going to have the little waffle here. Click your waffle. And when you go down here, you can see there's all this cool stuff. This is a lot of this stuff you can actually embed in your Google Classroom, but you can hit Google Classroom and all the classes, these are prior ones I've been enrolled in and things that are going to pop up. What you need to do is you need to hit this. You need to create a class. I've read and understood everything. And you're going to make your class. I'm just going to do world history just because I do that off the top of my head. Section, you can make some of this up. Subject, social studies. Does it have social studies? Boom. Let's do history just for some. We'll do AP world history. I like that. And room, my office is 101C, so we'll put that. We're going to create. Slowly, we're going to create. It'll pop up here in a second. Boom, there we go. That's your class. Now there's some things I want you to do in your classroom. And let me kind of give a shout out to a few things that Google Classroom can do. One, it's very similar to what I was talking about with the website last week. It can be a home base for your classes. A lot of teachers, even if they don't have a website, like to use Google Classroom because it's a little easier to build. I'll be the first to admit that. And it's a little more user-friendly, I think, from both ends. You can also get assignments and things like that. Also, we used to do it during this week, but I want to give them a shout out. If you're in Berkeley County, of course, you're going to use a learning management system called Schoology. And of course, if you're in others, there's, Canva and things like that. We don't have access to those. And that's one reason why we're not going to do it. I will say this though, when you go out into the field, especially for Schoology, usually Berkeley County will let you get especially student teaching, your own login to Schoology. Check it out. It is really cool. Operates very similar to Google Classroom. They're all kind of have the same connections and operating and taskbars and things like that. It's just like a phone. You know, phones are always different, but they're kind of the same. Same thing with these learning management systems. Google, of course, is probably the most common and easiest to get access to, so we're going to use it. Just to jump back in, that's your class code. That's something you can share. As you can see here, you can do it that way. You can invite people to it. That's what you're going to do for me here in a little bit. Also, let me show you what you need to do with this Google Classroom assignment, the assignment. And don't worry about those dates, I'll update those. I just haven't released this yet. If you look, what I'm going to ask you to do, I should have pulled this up before I started recording, but that's okay. Just one of those things, right? All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to learn how to put a video in our Google Classroom. We're also going to, view the video, but I would like you to put a video or a document within your Google Classroom. You want to create it around a class, and there you go. We're going to put an announcement. Sorry, the weekend's already started. I'm not firing on there. You're going to view the video. You're going to create your Google Classroom space, which I just showed you. You're going to create the space around the class that you'll be teaching. So if you're in elementary, again, just do a subject area that you like, or you can just title it, you know, Miss or Mr. such and such classroom. Once you got your space created, which I just showed you, the plus sign and title it, you're going to post one announcement. You're going to embed the video. That's what I was just bubbling through. You're also going to use a hyperdoc. I'll show you what a hyperdoc is. It's very easy. It's your Google Docs. It's your Excel worksheets. You all probably use these all the time and just don't know it. I always think about the easiest way to know what a hyperdoc is. It's like a living document. It's something where multiple people can work on it at the same time. There's a lot of benefits to hyperdocs where, like I used to do them when students were doing PowerPoints or the slideshows. You can put them in groups of 2 or 3 and each can work on different slides at the same time and share it. So it's just a living document that many people can work on at once. You're going to be posting one in your Google Classroom. It can be anything. It can be a sign-up sheet. It can be a brainstorming activity, whatever. And then you're going to invite me to it with your Shepherd, to my Shepherd email. Again, you can submit the code on Brightspace, that's fine. But if you also want to email it to me, that's fine. So this is the one thing that I don't care if it's email or Brightspace. Okay, sorry, I got a little sidetracked there. So as you can see, this is where you can talk to your class. When we went back, remember, just the rehash, you're going to go back. You're going to hit Google Classroom off the waffle. You're going to hit the little plus that's up there. You're going to title your class. This is not required, but you can always customize it and kind of, you know, determine how you want to do it. Do you like blue better? You want to select a photo? Maybe I like this better. You can do your own thing. Select class theme. Boom, I changed it. Green's my favorite color, so I'll put that on there. And that's, you know, there's all the green. The announcement, this is the first thing you have to do with your Google Classroom. You click this. You're going to say, welcome to Mr. Allen's World History class. I don't care what your announcement is. It can be just something. Class, the assignment on the French Revolution is due next Monday. And you're going to hit post. And there's my first announcement. Yay. Now, if you look up here, let me move my little taskbar. I don't know if you'll see that or not. I'm sure you can. Of course it won't. I guess it's up there. It went. All right. If you look up here, that's all for the stream. So you're going to put your announcement. Anyone that's enrolled in your class will be here. Any assignments you have, the grades will be there when you grade them. What you really need to do after you do the stream, though, and the announcement, you need to come to classwork. And you're going to create something. You're going to create an assignment, or you can do a quiz. I don't care, materials. How you post your video is up to you. I'm going to do an assignment. And as you look here, you can actually click YouTube. Let me move my face over here. And there's all your details when it's due. I said next Monday it's due. So let's do the 12th topic. We'll do this. You can add your rubric. I'm not asking you to do all that if you don't want. But when you hit this, let's type French Revolution. and search. I'm not going to be too picky. Sorry, my glasses are falling down. A little bit of a mess. We'll do oversimplified. I actually like those videos. Video instructions. Watch the following video on the French Revolution and comment on whether it was avoidable. I mean, that's a pretty broad one, but you get the point. And again, I'll just put French Revolution. I'm not too worried about the titles and what you're putting on. Obviously, please make it an educational video, but I just want to make sure you can do that. And looks like we got all that, That should be it. Oversimplified, attached. All right, let me see. Sorry, my page just froze a little bit. Let me see if I can make this a little bigger. There we go. And we should just be able to hit assign here. And there it is. And when you click it, there's your video. So that's the first thing you need to do. The next thing that you need to do is a hyperdoc. There's a lot of different ways to do this, and I kind of gave you a brief overview, but as you can see, you have something called Google Drive. That's where everything's stored. Like if you use it at Shepherd, we have the OneDrive. Google has, a drive. A lot of you are, I'm sure, familiar with this, and you can see there's a whole lot of things on here. Probably the things that you're going to use the most with your students are going to be docs and slides. Sheets is another one I've seen some teachers use. That's like the Excel. I'm fine with docs. What I would like you to do, as you can see, there's different layouts and all, and I have a ton in here anyway. But you need to have a doc that it's a hyperdoc. And again, what a hyperdoc is it's one that if you share it with someone else, someone can actually work on it. So a lot of language arts teachers like to use hyperdocs because you can do go through the writing process and have people edit papers and things like that. Of course, there are downfalls to this too. You got to make sure, people can make corrections to other people's work. So you need to, monitor who has access and things like that. But for us, what I would like you to do, again, I'd really just want you to attach the document. But if you really want to just kind of do something that will be kind of standard, let's just do this. You'll hit this right here. I'm just doing a Google Docs. Please answer the following question within one sentence. What was the cause of the French Revolution? Again, you can do sign-up sheets. Maybe you already have something in your Google Docs that you think works. That's fine. Please make one sentence and your name after the sentence. I know that's probably something that could share. Here's the other thing. You make sure it's private only to me. You can, let's say French Revolution. Let's say that question. Save. And you can see it's got restricted. Anyone with a link can use. Awesome. Make sure you make it public. That's something I always forget to do. Now, let's go ahead and just X out of that. There's different ways. I don't care how you do it. If you want to put this on the stream, that's fine. If you want to put it in the classwork, that's fine. What I would normally just put it in the classwork. Hit create material. You can do it again as an assignment if you want. But if you look, you see Drive right there. Hit that. I'm going to click that. I'm going to hit add. Please type your answer on the Google Doc. I know that should be capitalized, but got it. And I'm going to move my face again and post that. And as you can see, both your assignments up. That's what you need to do this week. That's just it. And then, excuse me, probably the most important thing, let's go back to the stream. I need that code. You can also invite me in there. As you can see, copy class link. You can actually send invites if you want to do it that way. Most people like to just send the code, but you're welcome to do it any which way you want to do it. Let me go up here and see something real quick. There you go. If you hit invite, you can also type a name of someone that you would like to invite. I don't care how you do it, whatever way works for you. If you want to send me the class code, I'll type it in. Be prepared just in case I have problems getting into the class. If I email you and say I'm having problems getting into class, don't freak out. It's just something maybe quirky, and I might just ask you for the class code. That is Google Classroom. Again, awesome learning management system, very easy to use, as you can see. Again, if you don't like the websites, I know the websites, I haven't read the blogs yet. They're usually hit or miss. But if you want to do something on the side, Google Classroom is a good one. I use it a lot when I have to do something quick and get people to communicate in the classroom. You can also, there's so much on here. I mean, I really feel like I'm partially selling it short. As you can see, there's this, there's assignments, you can do questions, you can reuse posts, there's topics. If you go over here, you can embed other things off of your drive. I mentioned Jamboard. Jamboard, if you look down here, there it is. Let me click that. Jamboard is basically like a whiteboard. This is my unused one. Let me open it. There it went. Jamboard is like something that you can do with your classes that you can, a lot of teachers, if you have like a live stream or you want to record something, it's a whiteboard that you can put in here. And let me see here. Is that my pin? Yep. And as you can see, 3 plus 3. By the way, I could say math, but as you can see there, there's images and you can do other things. That's terrible, but there is that. And you can definitely go back and let me go back and embed that. And if you look here, let me do that. Let me save this. We'll do 4 plus 6, that'll be the title. And if you go back, you're not required to do this, but if you want to check it out, you certainly can. If you go, let's go material. And maybe it was something you were modeling or such. I should be able to embed this. Yeah, there you go. And go to the Jamboard. And again, you can actually, if you're doing a live stream or something, you can pull that up and maybe record it and such. But let's go ahead and post that. And you see, you click right there, and we can work on it. Maybe you're having a problem, you want students to show different stuff. And now, of course, there's the eraser and such. So you can fiddle with that. There's nothing required of Jamboard, but I just feel like I wanted to show everyone. Again, you may be used to it. You probably had teachers use it. Another thing about Google Classroom that I think is pretty neat is you can embed a lot of stuff into it outside. One of the more famous ones, I guess, is, let me see, gosh, that's terrible looking. There's a ton of stuff on there. Let me shrink this down real quick. There we go. And let me move this down. Trump on there. There's all types of stuff on there. Nothing too bad. WV football. I'm looking at my Google Classroom there. All right, let's go. Quizlet is another one. I just wanted to show you this. It's on the syllabus. I'm sure a lot of you have already checked Quizlet out before in your past. Actually, am I on that one or am I on that? Quizlet is a really cool tool. Let me go back here real quick. I don't know if I'm signed in to Quizlet, which could be my downfall here real quick, but we'll see. Let's see if I can get in. Let's just log in with Google, because I don't need to really do anything with it. There we go. Log in with Google. That's not my actual Quizlet account, but that's okay. Let's see if we can do it. And here's the big thing. Do I remember my password for Google? And of course, it's going to ask my iPad. So that's great. I will go in here and let me see something. resend it. Always a good one. Keep your phone around. And actually, I'm going to pause this recording real quick while I go up and get my phone thing. So let me pause the recording. I'll be right back. Hey, sorry I'm back. I had to run up and get my phone to make sure I could log into Google off of this account. Make sure you always have your phone around when you're going to Google just in case, because it might verify if you're on a different device. Forgot I usually record these in my home. Anyway, I'm in Quizlet, and I only wanted to show you Quizlet just in case you hadn't seen it. It's a pretty cool tool. This isn't my normal login, but I thought it might be a little better. There are pre-existing sets on here, as you can see. I've looked before. If you're going to do West Virginia history, there are people who have made them. You're welcome to borrow. Usually, if they're open for the public, you're fine, and you can check them all out. Also, if I typed in French Revolution, let's do that since I mentioned I was kind of on the French Revolution kick. And if you look, there's different ways to learn it. Keep moving my face around there. And I don't know if you can see that. Thanks. You don't have to pay for anything on this, by the way. Don't do that, just in case. Okay, get out of there. So you can see there's a bunch of cards. And as you see, there's different things you can do. There's one question. You can look and it should just start flipping through. And if you click on it, there's the answers. That's the flashcard. There's also test match. You can explore this if you create an account. I just wanted you to know I think it's a very rote. I mean, it's a lot of memorization type stuff, but to me, that's, you can do flashcards for, you're doing elementary, math flashcards and things like that. And as you can see, it's all that. So the answers are there. Here's the important thing. Let's go back to the homepage. All types of craziness going on here. Let's go. I want to create a class. Oh, and there's all the terms. You can also create this. Oh, here we go. If you want to create a class, you can just do this. Click there, and you can create your study set. Again, you don't have anything required with Quizlet. This is just me showing you something, so you may have already bailed. But if not, Oral History 101, and it's a great place to share with your students and other things. And we'll just do SU. I can tell that my computer's getting a little high because it's getting a little slow. All right, that should all be good. Oh, let's try this. Create class. By the way, if it asks for school, you can do Shepherd. That's fine. All right, and as you can see, you can make your own. There's a class link. This is what you can put on your Google Classroom. You can just copy it, invite class link, create a set, and you just simply, you get on there. Whoops. You just put on there. We'll put Napoleon. And listen, I'm not going to say we'll say I'm getting the social studies. We'll say helped. And some people would consider him part of the revolution. We'll just put this Emperor of France. And you can see you can add some other stuff, but let's just hit create. You need 2 flashcards, create a set. Oh, duh. Look at me not doing this. Title. World history. Jump the gun. Sorry. It's all about trial and error. French Revolution. Probably good that you saw that. Now we'll do this. Napoleon. And as you can see, there should, there, you see they'll have little things pop up. And then you can do that. And we'll do another one. Robes. Pierre. I think I'm spelling that correctly. Yep. And there you go. Now we have 2 sources, it says. Hit create. And there you go. There's 2 flashcards, and there should be other things on here. Let's see. You can also do live, where you can do kind of a Kahoot type thing. And there's our 2 things. And if we go back up here, there's our library. And you click down here, you can print, you can check everything out, and that should be your share. There it is. Sorry, I was just looking for that. Hit share. You should get a code. There it is. Share on Google Classroom. And there you go. Click that. slow, a little slow, a little slow. Sorry, that's my computer, not Google. And I'll hit that. Choose action, create assignment, go, Quizlet. And I'm going to assign it. And let's view it. As you can see, I posted all that. It posted the Jamboard, and it does those announcements. It's probably good we jump back. You just need to put this there. This is your announcement. This doesn't count as an announcement, by the way. I want you to create one. But as you can see, the Quizlet's there. That's Google Classroom. And just remember, though, the three things that you actually have to do for me are create the Google Classroom, put a video up, put a hyperdoc up, share the link with me. If you want to add other stuff, go for it, man. I think it's always good to maybe build stuff. Maybe if you're in the field and you want to start storing things and kind of have a home base, it's awesome. I'm going to close this out right at the moment. And I got a lot opened here. So let's close this one out. I think I have Safari and the other one open. Let's close that out. Was I smart? No, I was not. Nope, but that's all right because I can just go to Shepherd again. And I just want to make sure we're all on the same page before I close this out. By the way, while I'm loading this up, just to kind of let everyone know, I'll have everything hopefully graded by Monday. I'll send, of course, I should have this open on Sunday morning at the latest, hopefully. You won't know that because you won't see the video until after I open it, but that's the goal. I really try to do that most weeks because I know some people like to get going on the weekends. I do try, even though it's Monday to Sunday stuff. All right, just to go back, just to review for this week, so you know what you have to do. You need to, and actually readings, Google Classroom associated readings, that is, I don't think I have that on there. I'm going to pull something up real quick. I think something was missing off the front of that. Let's go back and look at syllabus, which is always the best thing to do. All right, let's look. You got discussion 3, read chapter 2, Tech Like a Pirate. I got to put that on there. So what do you have to do this week? You need to do Google Classroom, blog 3, and your discussion 3. And actually, since I have not opened it yet, I'm going to go ahead and fix that so I don't forget to do this for you. Associated readings. Let's just do it this way. Chapter 2, Tech Like a Pirate. And we'll update that. I'll update this for the 200 or 500 also. So 3 things you have to do: blog on the Google Classroom, discussion on chapter 2 of Tech Like a Pirate, and create your Google Classroom. You'll probably do it: create, blog, discussion, or discussion, create, blog. All fine. I'm babbling. Thank you all, as always, for your patience. I'm going to go ahead and close this out. If you have any questions, it's been nice. By the way, I appreciate a lot of people have stopped by and said hi, or if you have any questions, that is always, you're welcome to do that. And with that being said, I'm going to close out my screen. Well, I'm not even going to make it full screen because I'm in weekend mode a little bit. So I'll just say goodbye, and I hope everyone has a great week, and I'm going to stop recording.